Hello there, this is Malay and welcome to my channel. Well, in this video, we will take a look at how do we work with web form filling actions in Power Automate Desktop. Now, as the name suggests, these actions can be used to fill the forms on the internet. So what we are looking at is, if you search for a web form, you will see all the options that you can use to fill the form on the internet. To take an example, what I have is a simple event feedback Microsoft form that has the text box, has the radio button, has the drop down, checkbox, and a multi-line text box. If you also see in the web form filling, we have the focus text field, we have the populate text field, then set checkbox, select a radio button, set a drop down control value, and then finally press a button. The press button is something that we're going to be clicking on a submit button. That's what we're going to be doing. So let's get started. Very first that I want to show you is focus text on the internet web page. But before that, let's go ahead and launch the browser. So let's launch new Microsoft Edge, and the URL that we're going to be selecting is of the Microsoft form. Well, in this case, let's copy the link, let's make it shorten URL, and let's configure this inside the initial URL. The Windows state is going to be maximized, and we are good with save. Now let's do and run this so that we have the form open, and then we can work with different controls. Let's wait for this to open the Edge and open the Microsoft Forms event feedback, and we have it open. Great. Let's keep this open because first we want to make sure that we are able to grab the handle on the elements. First thing that we want to show you is right now the control is at your name. You can see the cursor is blinking. Now what if just as a part of a requirement, okay, not this but any other requirement, if you would like to focus on the other control, for example, let's make a change and have a cursor directly blink into the please provide feedback about the event. Let's do that. In this case, let's go back to the form filling. In this case, we have the UI automation for the form filling, that's for the desktop, and this is the browser automation. That's what we are looking at. Focus text field on web page. We need to grab the UI element. In this case, let's go and grab the UI element. Click on add UI element. And what we need is just go for the UI element. It is allowing you to select. I'm going to select on the text area. Click on control in the keyboard and left mouse button, and we have the control area. Click on save. Now let's run it, and you will see that it will set the text control directly on that text area instead of the first text box. You can see it has moved from the first text box to the number 5. Great. Let's close this. Let's keep the other instance open so that we can have a handle on the control. Let's go and populate the text field on a web page. Again, we need a new UI element, so click on UI element, look for a form, and we have the input text, we have the handle, control, left click, and we have the handle. So I'm going to go ahead and put my name over there, click on save. Let's close this, let's click run and start validating one by one. Let's wait for that to load. And you can see that even though it shifted the cursor to the number 5, we were successfully able to enter the name into the first control. Great. Let's keep this open. And now let's disable this action and go for set a checkbox on a web page. Again, let's click on add UI element. Let's look for a checkbox. In this case, we have it here. So go for the input checkbox, control and left click. We have it checked. If you want to make it checked, click on checked, otherwise click on unchecked. We want to check it, so keep it as it is. Click on save. Let's close this. Let's rerun it, and as I said, let's validate one after the other. It's putting the name, and it is successfully selecting the checkbox. Great, let's keep it open. Now let's go ahead and select a radio button on a web page. Again, go ahead and click on UI element, go to the web page, and let us see what do we want to select. Now, right now I'm selecting female. Go for a span. Don't look for the input radio, go for a span in this case. It all depends on your website, it all depends on the application, how the application is structured in terms of HTML. Click Control and left mouse click. We have it here, click on save. Now here the interesting thing starts. Let's go and run this for now. Great. What if we don't have a female but we have a male, or we have other, because the data can really come from outside as a variable. You might be reading in the data from a database, you might be reading the data from an Excel file. So how do we actually make this dynamic and not hard-coded? Great, well in this case, let's close this and let's declare a variable first. So look for set variable and let's call it gender. And this time I'm going to go and select male. Now what we need to do is edit this selector. Go for edit selector. In this case, see where we are having the text value as a female. Well, in this case, currently ID is actually used and not the text. So deselect the ID. We want to select that radio button with the help of a text and not from the ID. ID is hard coded for option number 3. Deselect it, go for a text, and in the female instead of female, let's look for a variable which is our gender. In this case, I have male. Click on save and then again click on save, and then we will see how it works. So hit run. Let's see what happens now. It's filling up the name, selecting, and it is successfully able to select the gender. So now let's take a look, how do we work with the drop-down control? Now before we work with the drop-down control in the Microsoft Forms, I would like to show the drop-down control in the W3 Schools, the plain simple drop-down control. Now what I want to show you is there is a difference, there could be a difference between the way various internet sites, internet portals, Microsoft sites render the controls. This is one of the example. Now we have a classic drop-down control, which is a select an option. The way it works could be a little different than the way actual drop-down also works in our case. And let me show you how. Let's go back and go for a web form filling and go for set drop-down control values on the web page. Now what I'm going to do is, okay, let's first go ahead and disable the actions. So let's go and disable the actions. Let us also change the browser URL to W3 Schools for temporary, and now we should be good. Let's go and set the drop down on the web page. Now let's go and grab the UI element. Let's open our drop down control, and we have a handle on a select, so click control and left mouse click. So we now have the control. Select options by name, and let's see what other options we have. We have Volvo, we have Saab, Opel. So let's go and go for Opel. Click on save, and let me close this for now, and let's run and see what happens. Well, you see that we were successfully able to get a handle on a drop down as well as set the value open. Now this works fine when you have this simple drop down control, as I said, and the default options of selecting a drop down works just fine. Let me go ahead and now re-enable these actions, change our URL back to Microsoft Forms, and let's now delete this and let me add this fresh. And this time around we will go ahead and select the UI element in our Microsoft form the same way what we've done. let's scroll down and we have a span and then we have a div. So let's try to see where exactly we can get a handle on our drop down. Well, if we have a span, let's go and click on control, left click. Let's try and see the options that we have and we'll try to select. So let's say have a Canada. So let's go and select Canada, click on save. Let's click run and see what happens now. So far so good. And it was not able to select Canada. Let's go and check the flow and we have the error. Alright, what just happens? Let's delete, let's re-add that and try to grab one more time. Add your element. This time, instead of a span, let's go and look for div. Left click and control. Let's see if this now works. Let's again go for Canada, click on save, click run. Let's see now what happens. Well, again, if you go back, there will be a failure. So you see, it all depends on how the internet, web page or a portal really renders the drop down. It could be a drop down, it could be a combo box. Setting the drop down value may or may not work. You need to check that. Now, how do we actually solve in this context? Well, let me show you. Delete this and let me close a couple of instances that would have been open. Now, what we're going to be doing is we'll be using something called a recorder option. We will be recording the steps needs to be performed for selecting a specific option within the drop down. Click on recorder option and you can see that we have the record option. So click on record. Now it has started listening to the events that I would perform on the web page and it would record all the actions. So what I want to do is I first want to click on this down arrow. So simply click on the left mouse click. Now we have clicked on this SVG image and let us go ahead and let's say do the right click on span and go for perform a left click on the element. So what will happen is it's going to click and then perform the left click on a specific control. And I think I'm good with this so far. If we have any error, we will come back and resolve this. Let us stop the recorder. Click on done. Now the moment you click on done, the whole set of steps that I perform will be mentioned over here. Now, okay, so in this case, what we need to do is we in fact have to select all these options above what we just did. So let's drag and drop. This is something which we don't need. It assumes that we need to open the edge. We already have it open, so delete that. Now, we definitely want to make sure that we delete some other elements which we don't need. We don't need the click U element on Windows, so just delete that. We don't need this. We don't have to wait for 2 seconds. We don't have to send the keys. These are the actions which it actually performed when I was trying to close or locate the window of the recorder. So instead of this, let me quickly select all these elements real quick so that I can do a multi-delete. We don't need any of these. Alright, so far so good. Let me go ahead and also set this up. Focus, we don't need. And now let's go and run this and see if we are able to perform the same actions now. Specifically, we are looking at drop-down control. So now it will enter the name, select checkbox, select the gender, and let's see if we are able to select the country. Well, it did work. Great. Now, instead of France, definitely we want a country to come from a variable or an Excel file, as I said. Let's go and close this. Let's analyze this a little more closer. So click on, so before that, let us declare a variable. and call it for country. We will set Canada. Open and edit this. Edit the selector and look for a selector which gives you an option to change the text. In this case, instead of France, we want to bring in a country. That is it. Click on save. Click on save. Now let's hit run and see if we are able to successfully select Canada from the drop down. And that is it. We are able to successfully dynamically select the other country. Now what is only remaining is to click the button. This is again simple, just like the text box. Let's go and click on submit. In this case, again, go back to the web form filling, press a button on a web page. Let's look for a button as a UI element. Let's go back to our form, and this is the button. Control on the keyboard and left click on the mouse, and that's the handle of our button. Click on save. We should be good. Let's close this. Let's go for some other country just to double check that. Instead of Canada, we'll go with India. Close this. I will change the variable value Canada. Let's go for India. Click on save. Hit run. It's opening the page, setting up the name, selecting the subscription of a letter, clicking on mail, selecting the country, India, and we'll click on a button and we successfully submitted the form. So I hope this video really helped you to understand how can you capture different elements on the internet web pages, whether it's the Microsoft site, portal, any other internet facing websites. You may get direct access on those elements by using the actions. You may have to play around a little bit with the ID, attributes, name and title, and you should be good to go with that. Well, I thank you so much for watching this video.